Good morning, everyone. I'd like to welcome you back to the conference. Before we forget, I would like to start with the basics, thanking you for yesterday's engagement, because these events are also important, as you can imagine, to help us shape our ambition. So your energy is very much welcome. We were energized by so much expectations, excitement. So thanks very much to join yesterday. Expectations are growing about the EIT, which is, of course, an encouragement. It is also responsibility. But we take this with pleasure, because I think it's a privilege to shape what is much expected of us and to come to the point where EIT is being associated with everything which is untried. So try whatever has been untried. But again, we will make this together, and thank you very much, really, to join us yesterday. Today, the emphasis is very much important also. The fact is, as we have repeated, EIT should be more than the sum of the KICs. In other words, there should be life beyond the KICs, so that the Institute serves Europe and even member states, individuals that do not take part directly in the activities of the KICs could see benefits from this institute, which again is funded by European citizens, therefore should be responsive also to expectations by citizens. It has to do, obviously, with this multi-level innovation agendas, which characterizes Europe, where more than 95% of the R&D expenditure is not at European level, it's at national, regional level, and this on the policy side. On the practical side, as we used to say also at the EIT, talent has no homeland. No one, fortunately, has the monopoly of good ideas. And this is what makes it so exciting, that it is nowhere said that a given country or a given region or a given stakeholder cannot contribute also with issues of interest. So I would present some few slides to share with you what this means, and of course then the moderator, John Haggerty, would really take this to the open discussion with participants in the different panels. So you would see this slide later in the day when we would talk about the calendarium of the future KICs, which would be the concluding part of this session. I present this now for what concerns, again, the EIT as an institute for Europe. And you see this, of course, is linked to this strategic innovation agenda, which is our roadmap for the future, where you have a number of statements which concerns this institutional role or character of the EIT as an institute. I will try to translate this into 3 slides because we want to be different. Again, that is not an option, that we simply copy-paste and reproduce other offerings. EIT has to be different by its dynamics and its offerings. And this can be explained by 3 questions. On the one hand, what we want to do, and this is precisely what you see here, how we want to do it, and thirdly, where do we want to go. So what concerns the what, a lot has been said already yesterday. Education is particularly unique of the EIT because there is no other institution which is being asked to implement this agenda at European level. We are also unique because we target individuals, entrepreneurs, which are not being asked to visit different windows, but are provided with these communities, which provide them the seamless web of support to accompany them in their life, from the education to the entrepreneurship and even to the nurturing existing companies. And then the third element of what we want to do, of course, has to do with the world-class innovation. If, again, all these ventures or all these innovative developments would end up being nationally or regionally successful, something would be wrong. So in our ambition, at least some of these initiatives should scale up to really global leaders. And therefore, the issue is about these ecosystems which are networked, as the chairman of the board stressed yesterday, to end up exploiting these complementarities to, in the end, accelerate growth. It's not about creating companies only, but also helping them grow. So this for what concerns the what. Now, concerning the how, also the EIT has ambition to do things differently. Starting, as we presented yesterday, with emphasis on the outputs and the impact, which should capture also public value. So it's not only about socio-economical impact, but the added value in general, for which, again, we are working, as I explained yesterday. Of course, simplification, simplified approaches is also a must, and it's therefore an integral part of the EIT strategy as an investor, an engaged investor in the KICs, facilitating partnerships and operations. And then in the end, as I stress about this institute character of the EIT, we have to also provide benefits beyond the perimeter of the KICs. We are doing this with first offerings. This conference is an example of that. We have launched a publication, and second one is in the making. And next year we will scale this up by new legal obligations, as we call them, that these are very much, again, a privilege, to establish new vehicles for alumni, for stakeholders, and a fellowship scheme that would look also into the regions. Now, where we want to go is precisely the third element. Upstream, it means positioning EIT in the European landscape, of course preserving our identity, because there is no programming here. The KICs drive the agenda, and they then link on the basis of their knowledge, but also business dynamics with the different existing European level union programs. Downstream, concerning national, regional stakeholders, of course, is up to stakeholders, program owners, policy makers to self-align, to establish also schemes, toolbox, to self-align their support with the KICs dynamics. And then transversally also, there is a lot of scope which can be and will be exploited, starting with thematics, because we target societal challenges, which is a big issue now in many policy schemes, both at European, at national level. In the midterm, in fact, EIT could also take its approach as an engaged investor with a portfolio of KICs to even put them at collaboration, to get collaboration across the KICs. And this is something, again, unique about the EIT, which is, again, proving that we should be more than the sum of the KICs, and we could provide added value by this sort of very unique approaches. So I would like to conclude here by, well, very much anticipating what you would be discussing. In the morning there was this session about the second studies of a series of 3 studies. Last year we had the focus on the KICs, what they are actually doing, the good practices. You have some exemplars in the conference entrance. Second study is in the making, which could look at the EIT in its European landscape, and a third study next year would complement this series, looking to the world. And then the idea is to keep these 3 studies every 3 years, so that we would see, hopefully, an evolution at KIC level, at European level, and then benchmarking to the world. So this is what was discussed in the morning, but most importantly, Mr. Haggerty would take us through the rest of the program, connected to the practitioners, which are the real protagonists. Again, it's about innovation power to the people, and also the alignment around the KICs for what concerns other innovation agendas in this multi-level Europe of innovation. So I'd like to conclude here by stressing what I said yesterday. KICs are living partnerships, but also EIT is a living institute. So please join in and help us share and shape our ambitions. And I wish you a good discussion during the panel sessions. Thank you very much.